cushion review, and today I'll be trying this really highly anticipated cushion called the YSL Fusion Ink Cushion Foundation. And I know this has been out for quite a while, but I decided to give it a go because basically I haven't really tried a lot of YSL foundations. I'm just opening it up at the moment. It comes in this super sleek packaging and it's seriously cushion compact goals, but a lot of people have been asking me to do a cushion review on this just because they wanted to compare it to the Dior cushion foundation that I recently did. And yeah, basically this is how it looks, and if you guys want to hear my thoughts and opinions about this compared to a lot of the luxury cushions that I've tried already, then just keep on watching. So as you guys can probably see, my skin is really not behaving at the moment, and I do have a lot of flat acne and aggravated acne, so this would be a good base to try out how full coverage this cushion actually is. I'm just gonna put my hair out of the way.
The comeback of the headband.
Oh my goodness, I've been looking for this for so long, seriously, and I've always wanted to wear it during my cushion reviews or like just foundation reviews in general, but I thought I lost it. But I have it now, and yeah, it's the most convenient thing if you want to get your hair or your baby fringe out of the way, because it really gets to the root of your hair and it just basically holds everything out of the way, and it's really cute too. Okay, I'm going to apply it to the right side of my face, but for starters I'm just going to open it up and open the brand new cushion compact. You can see it's like a cushion saturated with product, so it's super thick in consistency, and it's just a basic cushion type technology. It's nothing with a veil or anything like that. So yep, I'm just going to dip the puff in once. And that's how much product comes out. I'm going to do it on my right side. So the shade that I have is 30, and basically I can say that it's quite peachy in undertone. It's not super yellow, and I don't think it gives a super opaque type coverage. It's actually that kind of, you know, really thick foundation that shears out to a very skin-like finish. So I'm not discounting the fact that it does cover a lot of my acne, but the fact is it's not super opaque, so you can still see a lot of my natural skin peeking through a lot of my acne scars. But I think that at this point it's like a high medium coverage with that kind of ability to be watered down as and when you want lesser coverage. By no means is this full coverage, or is it that very like opaque and, you know, color correcting or scar cancelling type of a foundation. But I think that it makes my skin look really healthy, and I'm loving it at the moment because I look super radiant, and yeah, it's just really natural and it feels really lightweight on the skin as well. So in this area, as you can see, I'm just going to try to build up a little bit of coverage. So I'm not sure what you guys think, but I think it gave a slight bit more coverage, but it's not, as I mentioned, it doesn't cancel out a lot of acne scars or does it mask your natural features. So I think it's really beautiful. If you have really severe freckles or, you know, even severe pigmentation in your skin, you might want to use a color corrector under this, and I'm sure it wouldn't come through the surface, but just the cushion on its own, I think it did pretty well, and it looks really skin-like, and I love it. So moving over to this side. So this is how both sides look, and I think it's super incredible. It definitely feels like a luxury formulation, and it's really shiny on my skin at the moment. I think also my new light source is really quite bright, but I feel like, you know, everything's looking like how it would if you're in natural sunlight. So I think this is really good. I honestly don't think that what I'm seeing in the viewfinder is too different from what I am seeing in the mirror. I really don't want to portray an image where it's like, you know, after putting makeup you really look like 100 times better or something like that. Sometimes there really is just like a subtle difference, and yeah, by no means want to put makeup or let your viewers or subscribers know that by wearing makeup you are trying to hide who you really are. I just think that sometimes a very natural perfecting image is great, and the point that I'm trying to prove is that, you know, my lighting is not really distorting the image of how it looks like in person. So I think everything's looking really good, like I mentioned, and you probably can tell there are a few scars that are coming through, and I still think everything looks really great. The formulation is super moisturizing. I do have very dehydrated skin at the moment, and that's just due to the acne intensive products I'm using. You guys know the drill. And yeah, it glided over all of that without any moisturizer or essence underneath, and I think I'm looking really moisturized. So I'm just gonna move on to doing the rest of my makeup and I'll get back to you. Okay, so that's how everything looks like. I think I mentioned that I wanted to set it with powder, but actually I don't really want to. I think that everything looks really moisturized, and also, like I mentioned, my skin is super dehydrated, so just doing that is gonna be really bad for my skin. Yesterday, you have no idea how much of a flaky lizard I looked like. Basically, my skin was like peeling off, and that's just attributed to chemical exfoliants. I mean, it's naturally trying to get rid of the surface acne scars, so it basically just sheds your skin like a snake. But in any case, if I do this with powder, the same thing's gonna happen. So yeah, as you can see, my T-zone is pretty shiny, but I think everywhere else looks really decently radiant. It doesn't look too oily by any means, and I feel like my whole skin looks really healthy and natural as well. I love this formulation just because it's like pretty high coverage, but also it strikes me as that really particular formula like the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum, which is like that kind of affecting yet looking super natural type formula. I'm not really sure what the science is behind it, but there's those kind of foundations. I'm not sure if you guys have encountered, but they provide a super decent amount of coverage, like a high medium coverage, yet it lets your skin shine through. It looks different on everyone and it's just super natural. So I really like this cushion because it reminds me of that. And yeah, not much else to add at this point. This is my morning check-in, and I'll just check back in at the end of the day. Okay, so it's been quite a day, and yeah, basically it's looking really good so far. I just mean like I didn't go out for too long. I think it's about like 6 going 7. So everything you see here, I personally think it held up pretty well. I just have this habit of picking my face, so a lot of the blemishes do start to show. I think that my under eye area really held up super well. I mean, like, considering that I did not put under eye concealer, I really didn't want to put concealer under my eyes just because I feel like the product sometimes just agitates my eye area. So in any case, like, everything that you're seeing now is genuinely how it looks like in a humid climate, provided you're not doing intensive sport. I was just walking around doing my errands, and yeah, basically this is how it looks. And I think that everything is looking pretty glossy, and I look really shiny, but at the same time I'm just super in awe of the coverage. Like, it's still really cohesive throughout. It doesn't look like it wore away too badly. There are a few of my, dehydrated areas that are coming to the surface, but they're still evenly coated around. It doesn't look too bad. I think that everything is just really holding up super well, and I can't say anything bad. I think for the Dior cushion that I reviewed, I'll link it down below, but basically that one did look like I was wearing makeup, and you do have to have your skin looking pretty exfoliated and moisturized prior to that if you want it to sit on the skin really naturally. But on its own, that performs really much more like a high coverage cushion that is a formal occasion, not really so much for a day-to-day. If I had to pick one of the two, I really like the YSL one a lot more. It's just basically attributed to how it sits on my skin and how it makes me feel. But either way, I suggest trying out both before you settle on one, just because it might sit on your skin a little bit differently. So yeah, not much else to add. If you guys enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!